The Los Angeles Lakers had a very bad defensive performance against the Milwaukee Bucks, and this was due to a various number of reasons, some of which were scheme and others were just poor execution. So let's break down some of the film from last night's game and see why. In this first play, Grayson Allen is curling off a screen, and one of Anthony Davis or Malik Monk has to communicate. That's the biggest problem here. Are we switching or are they going to stay pat? What ends up happening is neither of them communicate and they both fly out to a shooter, and LeBron also has to rotate to the rim a lot quicker there. This next play is all about scheme inconsistency to me, and it'll tie into the next play, but the Bucks are basically running some Iverson action on the elbow with some cross screens involved, and it leads to a lot of confusion with LeBron and Avery Bradley. LeBron initially shows switch, but then backs out, and this forces Avery Bradley to cover just way too much ground, and again, all of this is going to be topped off here by just another late rim rotation. This play is also just a smaller sample of a bigger issue for the Lakers, which was their overall switching inconsistency. Because if we look right here on this play, we're going to see something completely different for the Lakers. Westbrook is going to allow this switch with LeBron rather easily. LeBron's going to go back onto Drew Holiday, and Westbrook is going to go onto Giannis. And there's absolutely no resistance here. Like, they just are accepting the fact that they're going to get switched. And what does that lead to? It leads to a mismatch. Westbrook on Giannis, AD has to help over, and it's free throws for Giannis. The next play to me is an execution error from the Lakers. So the Lakers are going to double on this play. Why? Because you have a mismatch. Again, Westbrook is covering Giannis. So it's a good idea for LeBron to double, which means the three other guys, they have to fill in the gaps. That's their responsibilities. The problem is AD and Monk, they are filling the exact same gap. Both are going over and rotating to Holiday. One has to retreat back and split between the wing and corner shooters. This is an execution, just bad positioning for the Los Angeles Lakers on this play. The Lakers also did this really weird thing where they basically sent two guys to close out to the same man. Here you're going to see Austin Reeves stunt over from Pat Connaughton, and Giannis makes the quick outlet pass right there to Pat Connaughton, and Taylor Norton-Tucker comes off his man completely. Austin Reeves is also closing out. You got two guys closing out to the exact same man. That's an issue. Because what's going to happen, Connaughton makes the three, but what if Connaughton kicks that out to Holiday? Then the Lakers are completely out of position, and it's an even more wide open look. It's going to be the exact same problem right here on this play. Middleton is just penetrating straight into the heart of the defense, kicks out to a shooter, and at this point the Lakers just have to rotate well, and that's not what they do here. Stanley Johnson rotates down instead of going out to the shooter, and you have Austin Reeves and Stanley Johnson both closing out to the same exact man. And personally, on these kind of plays, I think it's both an execution and a scheme error. On this final play, the first problem for the Lakers is the fact that Taylor Horton-Tucker is matched up on Giannis, and that's been a common theme for the Lakers in this game when we've looked at these clips. They keep putting guards on Giannis. They're attempting to wall off Giannis from the paint, and they're going to do this by having Bradley help around the nail. And by this point, the Bucks are shooting well above 50% from three, so you just cannot leave a shooter this wide open like that. Again, the shot is missed. I don't understand how the Lakers don't get the rebound here as well. So as a whole, the Lakers had scheme issues mixed with execution issues to result in giving up 131 points. Make sure to subscribe to TWSN for more breakdowns.